Streaming gives us that front row seat to the lives of gamers and online personalities, but every now and then that unfiltered access catches moments that are anything but entertaining, leaving viewers disturbed and speechless. From tragic confessions,
the darkest moment of my entire life is knowing that I am capable of murdering children,
to unsettling outbursts.
I'm not shutting it up.
Yeah,
you just said
still
something that was so...
Yeah, but you still called
because I was
These are some of the most disturbing interviews with streamers of all time. In April 2019, popular YouTuber and streamer Etika appeared on Drama Alert, hosted by Keemstar. What starts like a casual convo quickly spirals into something really dark as Etika discusses life, death, and his own mental state.
What's going on? It's me, the Antichrist. I've come to purge the planet of all human life. I will be dropping nuclear missiles very, very soon on every single human being. Death means nothing. Why are you all so scared of death for? It means absolutely zero in the interim. Why do you think I made Trump president? We're about to get some fireworks real soon.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Etika is on the line here. Now, Etika, when you say death means nothing, are you basically saying that life is a simulation? Is that what you're getting to?
Yeah, life is a video game. We're all in a video game, and I'm the one that's putting the pieces together. Everything that you've done in your life, Keemstar, was all leading up to this moment, to where you can broadcast the start of the beginning of the rise of the known Antichrist. I am the Antichrist. I am the one who brings death to all.
Keemstar pushed back, throwing out one of those usual hypotheticals.
This is what I'm asking. Was this a publicity stunt?
Oh, this is my world. You are playing in my game. This is all me. Stop thinking so small, dreamy, creamy, Keemy.
Well,
this is my world.
I have to ask the questions that the people are wondering. So if it's not a publicity stunt, right, then what is this? Yeah. What is this? What are these crazy tweets?
This is the return of the Antichrist.
Okay, it's the return of the Antichrist. Well, I thought the Antichrist was here the whole time.
Yeah, and his name was Desmond Amofa.
Okay. So what is your purpose? What is the overall purpose of the Antichrist?
Stop repeating me I said to purge all life. I'm going to bring you all to the best place possible. The party never ends, Keemstar.
Now, what would you say to the people that are saying that you're crazy?
Oh, all they can do is watch.
To some, it might have sounded like edgy banter, but for those really paying attention, that energy in that moment felt off. As though Etika wasn't just talking, he was unraveling.
Are you actually crazy? Are you having a mental breakdown? Like the cops took you to the mental place today. What happened?
Yeah. I went, I became God, and I walked out.
That's amazing. What else?
You're God too, you know, Keemstar? But you just don't realize it yet.
Well, I mean, I
know a little bit.
I understand where
shut up. You know a little bit, but you don't know fully. What do you think the law of attraction is? We were all gods. We were all put here, and we all are cosmic entities that have the ability to manipulate time and space. You think Avengers and Game of Thrones coming out around the time where the Antichrist returned, when the black hole popped in? Do you really think that's all coincidence? Keemstar, there's no coincidences in this world.
The conversation raised alarms amongst fans about Etika's well-being. They've seen his highs and lows before, but this felt different. And just 2 months later, their worst fears came true. Etika was found dead in the East River, having taken his own life. The interview remains one of the internet's most chilling moments, a stark reminder that mental health in the streaming world isn't just a conversation here. We're talking about life and death. And tragically, Etika's story's not the only one. Paul Danino, better known as Ice Poseidon, was once a heavyweight in the streaming world, known for his IRL streaming content.
Okay, what's your number? Hi.
I'm getting about 30 calls about you on my phone, and I'm a gangster. So you better leave here right now before there's trouble for yourself. You understand that? You're with the mob over here. You better leave now. Got it?
I apologize.
As soon as you go, you gotta go now.
I will be gone. Thank you very much for your business. Definitely don't want to with the mob. Okay. All right.
But by 2021, his name was ringing out for all the wrong reasons. This time it wasn't wild IRL streaming or edgy antics. We had a crypto scheme tied to a project called CX Coin.
Okay, but so then at what point does the crypto thing come around? Because I feel like that was like we were kind of like quietly knowing that ICE is doing a little bit of a career resurgence, and then the crypto thing just explodes, and that becomes the primary narrative for a while there.
Yeah, so when I took my time off streaming, you know, a lot of people were doing the coins,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh, you know, I'll get on this too, because you know that's a lot of money. So you know, I did a coin.
Now on the surface, it looked like an easy way for fans to back their favorite creators, but behind the scenes, there was a different play. Not long after launch, ICE yanks over $500,000 from the project's funds. People started connecting dots, and it wouldn't take long before the words pump and dump started floating around.
So you really think that if you told everyone, hey guys, this is a failed project, I'm not doing it anymore, people would have just left that money there? You literally think the money would have just been burned? It would have gone to nobody. You don't think you could have tried to get people's money back?
Like I said, there's $42,000 in the liquidity still. There's not a lot of money
You took out
invested.
300,000. I mean, if we do the math, you took out almost 90% of the liquidity. So you took out 90% of the money, right? Why not try to give that back to your fans who invested?
They still have the ability to sell, and they can get money. There's
$40,000 left to split between all of them. I'm saying you took out $300,000. Why not give that back to your fans, the people who invested in this?
The wildest part was that ICE wasn't even trying to spin it. No damage control, no fake apologies, just cold honesty.
I'll put it this way. If I invest into a coin and it's not active for months, I'm going to just sell what I bought, because why would I hold money in there if it's not active for months? That's what I mean by self-explanatory.
So you think people just should have known that they shouldn't, at a certain point, they just shouldn't give you the benefit of the doubt. They should just basically take their money and run.
If deadlines aren't met, yeah, that's like the responsibility of the investor.
A once respected name in streaming, ICE Poseidon is now just another cautionary tale in the crypto world. But the drama in the streaming game doesn't always come from scams. Sometimes it pops off live with everybody watching. In 2019, Spanish streamer Marky Locuras found himself in the middle of a firestorm after a live Twitch stream took a turn no one expected.
El puto aire. Ya me está poniendo cosas ahí. ¡Ya, coño! ¡Toma! ¡Si has sido una pasita! ¡Te puesto el calor, gilipollas!
Now it starts off like a heated argument with his mother escalating fast. In that moment of frustration, Marky grabs a baseball bat and starts wailing on a punching bag, all while she's still in the room.
¡Que ya lo sé, coño! Es que mirar, ¿por qué lo pones en calor? No tiene puto sentido. ¡Madre mía! ¡Ah, con Dios! Ahora venga, ahora decir. ¡Pero déjala, suéltalo! ¡Wow! ¡Yo! Ya está, déjame ver si está pesado. Pues ya lo que estaba haciendo. Me tendrá que recuperar la sangre, porque es que me he quedado sin sangre. Ten calor eso, mamá.
Yeah, it didn't take long for the internet to say something. The clip spread like wildfire, making headlines worldwide, and even landing a spot in Netflix's documentary, Not a Game. To many, it painted a really ugly picture of a streamer just losing control, caught in 4K. Just when folks thought the scene couldn't get messier, though, another storm hit, and this time, it was all about love, lies, and live streams. In 2020, streamer Katarino found herself at the center of one of Twitch's messiest love triangles. What started like rumors quickly spirals into full-blown chaos when it came out that she'd been secretly involved with a lot of people, including YouTuber Call Me Carson, without them knowing.
I was processing things and thinking things through, and this is my first time going through something like this, and I wanted to go about it as best as I possibly could. And I want to be honest. My relationship with Carson was very complicated. I had a boyfriend at the time, and neither Carson nor my boyfriend at the time knew about each other. And while I was clear with Carson that Carson and I were not in a relationship, I still led him on and ended up hurting Carson and my boyfriend at the time very badly in the process. I am now seeing a therapist, and although I didn't realize it at the time, I was dealing a lot with depersonalization. And I felt like I was two different people living two different lives.
The internet goes ballistic. Fans felt betrayed. Carson's communities rallied behind him, and Caterino had nowhere to hide. When she finally sat down to address the situation, it didn't take long for the weight of it all to hit.
I ignored very conflicting feelings and thoughts, and I was very lost and confused. And I didn't know what I wanted or what was important to me. And this was when I got involved with Fitz. And I handled it very similarly to how I handled previous things. I depersonalized a lot and was very lost and confused and didn't know what I wanted and made a lot of bad decisions because of that. And I hurt both him and Carson and their friendship as well.
Oh, she struggled to explain herself, caught between guilt, panic, and the pressure of thousands watching.
And I'm sorry to all those people that I let down and disappointed. There are so many things I could have done better. And I was lost and confused, and I ended up hurting people that I cared about. And in the future, I want to be better. And I want to focus on myself, which is why I'm taking further time off streaming. And I'm sorry to everyone. I'm sorry to my community and anyone that I've disappointed or let down. I'm sorry to Carson's community. I'm sorry to Fitz's community and anyone else's community who is affected by this.
A few saw some regret. Others saw damage control. Either way, one thing's clear. This wasn't just drama. We had a full-blown internet spectacle, and Caterino was cracking under the spotlight. But if cheating scandals are messy, we got some interviews going even darker, especially when the safety of streamers themselves is on the line. Sweet Anita, one of Twitch's most beloved streamers, sat down for this interview, but it wouldn't be about gaming or even internet drama. This was about real life.
Expected fears and dangers come along with being a popular streamer.
I am a living cautionary tale. They will try to find you and harass you. People will latch onto you and become obsessed with you. It will become impossible to do basic things that you took for granted. You'll never know whether people are trying to get close to you because they like you or you're...
She reveals that she'd been stalked by a man who didn't just cross the line, but shattered it.
Can you get into the numerous stalking encounters that you've had?
Since being a content creator, there was a guy who became obsessed with me. He moved from some other country in Europe to live down the street from me. He'd wait in my back garden for me to leave the house and follow me. He would sit on my doorstep and just wait for me to open the front door and try to barge into my house. He would threaten to kill me in front of everyone on stream. The police weren't doing anything. I'd tell them and I'd show them screenshots and things. One time they caught him and they frisked him and they got a knife off him and they just released him 3 minutes away from my house again. They kept promising to do some stuff and never did for so long. One time I walked down the stairs and he was looking through the letterbox. I started to pass. I was, wait a minute. And I looked back. There were just his eyes through the letterbox.
I mean, you say
and
that
just closed it slowly.
The fact that stalking just becomes a part of her reality that she has to live with like it's normal is really terrifying. We have a woman here fighting to exist in a world that refuses to protect her. But you know what? Sometimes the most disturbing interviews come from unexpected streamers. The ones with a past even darker than their content lets on. In 2020, Dr. Disrespect, the face of high-energy, over-the-top streaming, was permanently banned from Twitch. No warning or explanation. One day he's at the top, and the next, he's gone. Fans are kinda left scrambling for answers, and the internet obviously lights up with its theories. Months later, the doc finally breaks his silence. But instead of setting the record straight, his interview only made things weirder.
As far as I'm concerned, we didn't do anything to warrant a ban let alone how they went about banning us. No communication before, no reaching out, nothing. Boom, done.
What kind of vague statement was that? No names, didn't spill details, just enough to keep some mystery alive. And that's exactly what it became, a mystery no one could crack.
Thing I'm gonna say about it, and I have to be intelligent about all this, because you're talking about a heavy contract, lots of money. I mean, I got a mansion with an infinity pool and geysers that come out of cement tiles every time you walk, and it has LED lights. I mean, there's big money involved. So let the legal professionals do what they need to do. That's it.
To this day, Twitch has never revealed the reason for that ban, and Dr. Disrespect has never given a straight answer. So it's probably something really dirty. What starts like a mystery has turned into something bigger. An internet rabbit hole, maybe, with no end in sight. Streaming can be unpredictable. But this case went beyond disturbing. It turned into a full-scale police hunt. In January 2025, 33-year-old Aaron Stanislav was arrested after he posted a series of unhinged live streams threatening violence against cops and students. His erratic behavior was draped in red flags, but this time, authorities took immediate action.
The darkest moment of my entire life is knowing that I am capable of murdering children. And I realized everything about myself is wicked and evil.
You're running straight for hell. That's your message, then brother. I'll see you there.
Hey, Aaron, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands right now.
Hands now.
What can I do with a 308 round?
Now, Stanislav had a history with cops. They knew him from all kinds of previous incidents. He'd been living in the abandoned Mystic Education Center, a decaying building with a creepy horror movie atmosphere. And for days, the police searched the area, knowing that a man who had just threatened mass violence was now hiding in a deserted structure. Eventually, they found him near the Mystic VFW, where he was arrested without major resistance.
I'll be here all day, Groton PD, Mystic PD, Stonington PD. Anyone want to come out here and figure out how to get this extension cord to work? Be my guest.
You do understand there's a lot of people that want to see
you. You understand I was washing doors until y'all showed up.
Well, you were washing doors and then telling stories about kids in between that.
Uh-oh.
So that's...
Yeah, you know, that's strange. That's strange. Sandy Hook, when was that? When was it? When was Sandy Hook, guys? Do you guys remember the date? I don't remember. You know how many kids were killed? Do you remember who killed them? Who did it? Who did it? Adam Driver did it? Did I do it? Did I do it?
What makes this case especially disturbing, though, is the way it played out online. His chilling statements, the eerie location he chose to hide in, the police manhunt that followed turned this from just another bizarre streamer controversy into some real-life thriller. And just when you thought you seen it all, the internet gets hit with another curveball. Amaranth has been one of Twitch's biggest stars for years, with hot tub streams, ASMR, and a multi-million-dollar empire built off controversy and engagement. But in October 2022, everything changed. It started with a slip, a hot mic during a heated argument. What viewers heard wasn't just drama. It was something far darker.
Why did you say you were gonna kill my dogs?
Leave the house.
Okay, I can leave the. You know what? Actually, I shouldn't leave the house.
Then, in a moment that stunned the entire internet, Amaranth went live and exposed the truth about her husband. She claimed that he threatened to wipe out her accounts, destroy her livelihood, and even hurt her if she tried to leave.
The therapist even told him that it's a form of like psychological abuse, and that I'm basically living in a fancy prison. And then he was changed for a bit, and then the hot tub meta arose, and he was like, "Oh, this is an opportunity," and then he turned into an asshole again. When I agreed to commit to the grind because it was a good financial opportunity for us. I've been wanting to tell people that, like, let's just stream together. Just tell them that we're married, because it's like our relationship would be better if we just streamed them. And it's a threat. All the accounts are like two-factor under his number and all the, he has all like the login information of things, you know? It's like the, keeps you there with the fear and the threats. You fear that he's gonna do something to your animals. And then he's nice again and says everything's gonna be okay. It's like the next time when I say plan, do it. Dumb fuck, do you understand like what plan talking about? It's like, this, I'm calling you. So I disappeared from stream. Take a call. So I can't, I'm gonna tell him I can't talk right now. We're getting Wi-Fi. I don't care. You get the call now. Last chance. About to dump your luggage. You know, from that.
The internet exploded. Fans, fellow streamers, some who had criticized her for years, rallied behind her now. Suddenly, the conversation wasn't about Twitch drama anymore. It was about control, power, and the abuse happening in plain sight. But then she delivers a message no one expected.
Yourself. I'm done with it. I'm not gonna anymore. Piece of shit. You want me to tell them I'm single? It's about to be true. Piece of shit. Fuck yourself. Small anyways.
Oh god, it wasn't another Twitch scandal. We had a terrifying real-time glimpse into the nightmare that had been hiding behind the screen all along. Well, if you want more videos like this, please make sure to subscribe.